This is the Throttle Out Show, presented by Vixen Industries, the only show where monster truck drivers and mechanics come together to present what's happening in the monster truck community. It's the ultimate combination of torque, horsepower, and trash talk. And now for your hosts. First, straight out of the heart of Detroit Rock City, it's Kid Rock's neighbor and former driver of the BKT ride truck. It's Austin Spence. And the duo deep in the heart of Texas, it's the show owner and daughter of a man who conquered the industry for over 20 years. It's Harley Johnson, along with everyone's favorite Bryce Kenny lookalike, Austin Tweedy. So go ahead, fuel up, strap in, and remember, when in doubt, throttle out.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Monster Monday, and thank you all for joining us tonight on the Throttle Out Show. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering a little bit. I got to be honest with you guys. I was watching a lot of highlights that's been going on over the past weekend, or the past 3 days, has been nonstop monster truck action all across the board. And I got to be honest, I don't know if an hour is going to be enough for us to all cram everything in such a small segment, but we're going to do our very best. And we thank you all for tuning in with us. As always, I'm joined with Harley. Harley behind the controls with us tonight. How you doing, Harley?
I'm good. Yes, we have a lot to talk about tonight. And Tweedy is joining us from up there in Minnesota. But there's a truck in the background that you wouldn't think would be up there, but is up there. There he is.
What's going on,
there
everybody?
He is.
Hey, can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you just fine on our end. So for those that don't know, Tweedy does have a little bit of static on our end, so we're going to hopefully just kind of power through it. But we've got a lot to cover, a lot to talk about. And as you can see, there's some of the guys from TCC Power Sports up there in Minnesota with Tweedy. We'll probably get to that a little bit later. But dude, how was your weekend, man? I mean, you're straight. I don't think I've seen you smile this much in a long time, man.
I mean, let's just say there was a lot of mixed emotions, baby. I mean, going into the show, obviously I'm going to be freaking nervous. I mean, I don't know if y'all got to see any pictures of the track layout, but it was very different, okay? What I mean by that is, like, you have Chicago style. Yes, you have tabletops, but the tabletops were like 30 freaking feet long. Look at the fence line. Understand how big the gaps are in the fence line if you're looking at the pictures from the side of the track anyways. And you see the slats, how many of them there are, where the tabletop is at. I mean, it was unreal. And so the track was super intimidating. My heart's just pounding out of my chest. This is freestyle from the first day, or the first show, sorry. And I go out for freestyle. I had no idea my rear steer wasn't working. I really thought I was just being a crappy driver. And then I hit this jump. I said I wanted to hit it a little hard. I didn't realize how hard I hit it, and I freaking sent that bitch. And as that is happening, I'm not going to lie, everything's happening so fast, I actually thought I rolled the truck over.
It's kind of funny because we talked about this a few times. We have a group chat, and the first thing I said, I think it was a couple minutes before showtime or an hour or a day before show, I'm not 100% sure, and I text Tweedy, I said, hey, man, good luck this weekend, but don't roll the truck. First video that we see of Tweedy's entire weekend is that clip. We're like, oh my gosh, dude, ease up a little bit, man. Brand new piece and everything. Already almost put it on its lid.
Well, like I said, and from this angle right here that you're seeing, it kind of sucks because you don't see how long those tabletops are. You're just looking at that mountain and say, oh, it's a tabletop. But you have no idea. Like, that was some freaking distance that I got on that jump up there. Not bragging on myself, but it's just trying to learn the controls of the truck. And that right there, I would have cleared that again just from that jump. So I was definitely able to have some fun in the second show, air it out. The truck was not hurting me at all. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this piece, guys.
So comparatively, going from Barely Tame to the Gator, like, is it like a night and day difference? Like, completely different setups? Like, how does it feel from your first show to this show?
It's actually hard to compare the two trucks, being that they are so different. Being that just even the seat in general is different. Like, I went from sitting in an ISP seat that was, 2 or 3 times the size. I mean, it was intended for a much bigger individual than myself. And then I go and sit in this nice Butler seat that's in the truck that I'm driving now. It's almost like fitted for me. It was really odd. It's a perfect fit for my body. So I was able to get strapped in tighter. I had a better helmet with me this time. My hybrid, I wore a hybrid this time instead of a Hans device, and it was a little bit loose on me. I want to get a tighter one anyways, but I was able to get locked in, and it felt great. Being that I aired the truck out a couple of times, that did not hurt. What I felt, like I said, my hybrid being loose, I had some head movement. So my neck's a little sore today. Not like in pain, you know what I mean, but just like that general like muscle sore. I see another question down here. How is the visibility in Boss Skater? Whenever let me compare it to the other truck that I drove close to a month ago, which is a pickup truck body. I could see like through the floorboard. I could see over the hood a decent amount. And a lot of this could be just the mounting of the seat in Boss Skater, but all I can see is straight out the hood, over the top of the hood. And if you notice in the second freestyle where I would be going around in the corners at the end of the track, and I'd hop on the brakes, let's get the front end to sit down so I can see over the nose of the damn alligator. So the visibility is limited, definitely, in the alligator truck. It's not absolutely awful. I wish I could look through the floorboard, be able to see the tires at least are coming up on a jump, but I mean, really all I gotta do is tap that brakes, sit the front end down a little bit, and I can see where I'm headed. But as far as the truck landed and all that, it actually felt really well.
I was gonna say, man, watching some of the because it's obviously like a rodeo arena, like it's very small, but seeing you able to whip that truck around in some of the turns, like wow, it's hard to believe that this is only your second show. But who else was out there with you this weekend? We saw a little bit of Barely Tame, but who else was out there competing with you this weekend?
So for the competitors this weekend, we had the Groth twins that were out there. And let me tell y'all, they're good shit. They're some good guys. I remember Too Tall was telling me about them. He's like, dude, they're gonna help you. They'll get you through. Don't worry about it. And they did, man. They pulled through in the clutch. I mean, just pulling up and just seeing them. I mean, it was like we've known each other for years. You know what I mean? They're extremely good guys. And then you had who I'm going to call on the show tonight, old Daddy Steve, showing up. He brings out his truck, and the Groth twins plant Monster Moose on the side of the truck. Now, for those of y'all who have no idea what I'm talking about, Daddy Steve equals Rick Swanson. We had to keep Rick Swanson undercover this past weekend for certain reasons. So when you hear me say Daddy Steve, that's who I'm referring to.
I
You had
believe
Dawson
there
Reyes.
was a debate between whether, your first freestyle was a save.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I know he's watching. He's watching. He's already commented about it. He's like, that's not a save.
How about this, Harley? How about this? Why don't you play the video of the quote unquote save once more, and we'll let the people in the comments section be the judges here. And Spence, I want to know. I mean, from what you've seen, what you already know, is this a save? Is it not a save?
Oh, I mean, let's see it, because it looked. First of all, I know. It looks like a bad bounce, because I don't. When the truck's in the air, like right when it's coming down, it almost looks like you kind of got on the brake, or it was just nosing down. But right here, I'd say it's. Don't get mad at me, Tweedy. I think you got lucky. I don't think that's a save, because the truck, just the amount of motion and the amount of inertia the truck kind of had. The truck was going to do what it was going to do. You weren't necessarily in a situation where it's like either gas or brake to get out of a certain situation. That is a save. This was more like the truck's bouncing and you're along for the ride, and pray that it ends up on all fours. But that's just me.
The boss said it himself. It's not a save. You didn't do anything to help save it, Tweedy.
I didn't do anything.
Wow.
So there's your answer right there.
Look, in all honesty, they are absolutely correct. Okay, I didn't do a damn thing. You want to know why I didn't do anything? Because I had no idea what was going on inside that truck. Everything happened so fast, y'all. Everything happened so quickly. There's little time to judge, like, what do I need to do? Do I need to turn the wheel? Do I need to get on the grinders? What do I need to do? I honestly thought I cartwheeled the truck. That's what I thought was going on. I thought I'd come up short on the tabletop, ass end hit, and I went end over end. That's exactly what I thought was going on in my mind. I just kept telling myself, I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm going to get out of this. We're going to be all right. And then whenever I landed, and then I noticed the truck was still running, they didn't shut me off, and I wasn't, across the barricade. I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll keep going.
Okay, honey, I'm sorry, but your boss is calling you out. Let's see your foot, your poor foot, you pantsy ass.
Do you have the picture of it?
I mean, I could pull it up in a second,
what's
but I
this
don't
about?
have it on here. I guess you can
So
explain
when that,
what happened.
what's
Yeah,
this
I will explain while you're bringing that picture up. What had happened, Spence, is whenever I was in the middle of my save non-save moment, my left foot, I guess it slapped the side of the brake pedal. It slapped the side of something, and it was able to hit it with enough force that it penetrated through my racing boot, through my sock, and broke skin on my foot and bruised the hell out of the side of my foot. And I sent everybody at Triple B a picture of my foot, and they, oh my gosh, they let me have it. They were,
Were they just
let's
saying
just say
you're
they
like
were
a
calling
big
me-
baby?
yeah, let's just say, for lack of a better terms, that's what they were saying. And don't get me wrong, like I'm feeling it or whatever, but I guess I was more, I had the adrenaline pumping after that. So I actually didn't notice it. I didn't feel it till going into the second. She was like, man, my foot kind of hurts. I wonder what that's about. Took my boot off later that night. And I saw that I was, had a little cut down there. And then obviously I got some bruising from it today. But I was making jokes. I was like, yeah, y'all are going to have to get some pool noodles. You're going to have to, here we go.
Oh,
There it
gosh,
is.
this is so big. Oh.
Wow. Here I am expecting, like, it's not even bruised.
It's purple. It is bruised.
My foot looks like that all the time. It's fine. You're fine. Walk it off.
So let's just say they were letting me have it in the group text with all the guys and gals from Triple B this morning, and I was joking. I was like, "Yeah, y'all got to get me some pool noodles. Make sure you make that cab safe for me." And the shop foreman Josh Baumgartner's like, "Yeah, I'll get you some pool noodles, some pink colored pool noodles, and we'll insulate the cab of that truck for you. No problem. I got them on order right now from Amazon." So that's the joke around here right now.
I guess we
what
gotta
did you
rename the
expect?
truck to Gator Pansy or something.
Gator
I mean,
Pansy.
Oh my
not much
gosh!
Or
not
Miss
much,
Gator.
not much of a boss move, bud.
Miss Gator.
Somebody
Gator, there
show
you
me
go.
some sympathy. Somebody show me some love out there. My
I
foot
don't think
hurts.
anyone's showing you sympathy in the comments right now.
Tis but a scratch, says Mike Riley. Who was the promoter in Colorado? The promoter was Monster Trucks with an X. It's a new promoter out. A guy who teamed up with, what's his name? Danny Torgerson with a Monster X Tour. So that's kind of where that name comes from. And this was their very first show as a promoter. And I will say it went over pretty well. They had really good crowd attendance. We had 2 shows on Saturday. Damn near sold out both shows. I mean, they definitely made money. It was a cool event. And if you go look at clips from, like, if you find footage on YouTube or the pictures we show, you see, like, the mountains in the background. Like, it was a beautiful, beautiful venue. I mean, I'm just saying, if there's more shows in Grand Junction in the future, I want to go to them. Grand Junction's a really cool little town.
Okay, so Spence,
Absolutely.
we were supposed to have a guest on tonight, and that guest is waiting in the background to be brought on. If you want,
Is he finally here?
He is.
I was gonna say we've been waiting on him. Like, wonder. I mean, we gotta roll out the red carpet, have the confetti and everything
Yeah.
waiting on. I mean, I saw Ryan Lacrosse is in the comments saying he's waiting on this guy. So everybody that doesn't know, it's the Pizza Man, the Frog Man, Avengers Racing is joining us tonight. What's going on, bud? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm joining you live from Miller's Ale House parking lot by Raymond James Stadium. And let me tell you what, the cheese pretzel is good. But good to be on here. Hope you guys are doing good. And ready to talk about some monster trucks. Hope the data connection's good. And I'm flipped sideways here. You can see my little double chin. How's everyone doing?
Man, it's so good to see your beautiful face. I had no idea you were coming on tonight, baby. So I'm glad you're on here. Let's talk about some monster trucks. And now, hey, I gotta ask you, since you're hopping on the stream now, did you see my quote unquote wow moment from this past weekend? Was it a save? Was it not a save?
Dude, I saw it. That was wild. I'm trying to lock my car. I don't want anybody coming in here. You know what I'm saying? But that was pretty good, man. You got 2 wheels there. I saw Austin talking about if it was a save or not. I don't know. I think gravity was a good friend there. But that could be your first unofficial 2-wheel save, you know?
Unofficial save. Okay.
Unofficial save. We'll add that to the tally mark there for him.
Yeah.
But
I like that.
speaking of having some wow moments this weekend, Wayne, we actually need to talk about you a little bit here, man, because you got to ride in the King Sling Monster Truck experience, man. I mean, I know you're cheesing over that, so tell us about that whole experience.
Dude, that was a good vocabulary word to talk about. It was a wild ride. I got my flight about 5 or 6 hours before actually flying into North Carolina. So I was a little sketch. Thanks. Shout out to Patrick Frick, my man working at Digger's Dungeon, for picking me up with his pops. Went in, I think, Thursday. Ryan Lacoste hooked me up with a cabin. Flew in Wednesday. Stayed in the cabin all by myself, had a little wasp friend. Then Thursday morning, I got picked up by Tom Gunther, who also rode that day with TJ Gunther. They're great people. And we had a little RV adventure to Philly after that. Got there, and we were waiting in the gift shop about 10, 15 minutes. Scott Douglas shows up, and he has a little friend. Army Armstrong was there with him.
Oh,
so
wow.
that was really cool. And he's one of the greatest people I've ever met. He has such a great personality and view in the world. So I'm so happy I met him. But the whole experience was cool. We got a tour. We got a little safety briefing from Patrick Frick. And you can see Ryan doing his little social media thing there, getting it going. That's me climbing in like a little turtle, making sure I don't cramp up my right leg. But it was so cool. There's nothing like that experience until you actually get on it. And Patrick did a little recording. This thing was incredible. You got 2 seats in the back. You got a little bar to hold on to for dear life and pray to Jesus Christ that you're laying back on all fours, as Ryan Lacoste would say. But there's nothing like that frickin' ride. Dennis was pretty easy on the first ride. He didn't want Douglas to get any broken bones or anything. And then the second ride with Lacoste, which is what you're watching right now, was pretty awesome. He did some cross-threading and stuff. I wasn't ready for the rebounds. I got a little bit of, movement going in there, but you're really strapped down. And I couldn't imagine the experience until I actually got in there. And I was so pumped up in the GoPro footage, if you guys got that. I was like, whoa, let's go. I was putting my hands up and stuff. My eyes got a little wide. I was like, holy cow, man, this is crazy. And I got a little honorary photo with Kermit, who is currently home taking a little froggy nap. But such an awesome experience. Dennis Anderson's the man. He did a great job. And one other thing that you guys didn't see in the footage, Dennis got on 2 frickin' wheels with Jacob Mumpower and Ryan Lacoste in the truck. And they held on for dear life. Their eyes were wide open. But it was a good time. Army, Douglas, Dennis, Patrick, Ryan, and Jacob, all the riders and people helping out. We had a good time. It was such a fun blast.
And I don't know if I could do it, though. So I was actually because if you're having a problem trying to get into the back of the cab, I don't know if I'll be able to. Because for those that don't know, I'm 6'6". So, and I drive a Ford Focus, so I have to fold myself in half every single day when I go to work. So, so I don't know if I'd be able to fit in the back of that thing, honestly.
I think the height limit's like 6'2" or 6'4", so you'd have a hefty time getting there if Dennis would let you, but I don't know.
Well, I guess I could just take the driver's seat if you let me. But,
I like that.
But no, dude. So after, so did you only fly out to North Carolina for the King Sling experience, or did you get a chance to go to a show at all this weekend? I know Unfinished Business wasn't actually too far away from Digger's Dungeon. Were you at that by chance?
Dude, I really wanted to go so bad. I wanted to make it into the thing. So my plan, like, to be a real nut was to go to this Dennis experience Thursday, then stay with David DeAngelis Jr., who's an awesome photographer who did photos for the whole event, and they'll be posting some photos on Instagram somewhere. But my plan was to stay with him Friday and then get a flight somehow to go to Philadelphia Saturday. But didn't work. I just ended up doing Philadelphia Monster Jam, which they had pretty crazy event, but they had a 20-minute weather delay, and I got a badass lightning photo, so that was cool. But I really wanted to go to Raleigh. I saw how fun it was. There's so many legends in one place. And I know they said it was a one-and-done experience, but there's so many people that wanted to go to that couldn't. I think they should do 1 or 2 more, you know. I think they would do pretty well.
Well, Tweedy, you got anything to say here? Questions to ask Wayne?
I think his audio's off.
It is awful.
What in the world?
Holy cow! Holy
that Chandler?
Hey,
Damn it, Chandler!
Dude, it's
can I interrupt you?
Hey, I'm gonna hop off here for just a second. I'm gonna let Chandler talk about what he's doing this weekend.
Oh,
So
Chandler.
show
Okay.
Chandler some love.
Hey, Chandler.
Just so you
Hey,
know, you are paying for whatever hearing aid I need to get after that experience.
Did you hear that one a little too well?
A little too well, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Sent her a little too hard, bud.
So what are you doing, bud? What brings you to Minnesota?
Passing through on our way to Grand Forks. We got our last show of the year with Toughest, and getting this bullet ready to go, and having Jerry send her, see what she can do.
Hell yeah, man. So where are you guys at right
Hey, yo.
now in point standings for toughest?
I believe we're unfortunately we're last and second to last, but we're catching up because this tour has been really neck and neck lately. We're all within like 60 points of each other, so it's really it could be anybody's ball game depending on how shows go. So we could be there, we could not.
I'm not gonna lie, the truck looks a lot better than the last time I saw it when I was in Saginaw, man. That truck was looked like a giant jigsaw puzzle the last time I saw it.
Oh, she still does, but I mean it's got a few patch panels and whatnot, but still works.
Speaking of toughest, I've been wanting to go to one of those shows and cover it for a while. I just got to get out there. It's a few states away.
Yeah, they're awesome. Depending on where you're at, I mean, we kind of cover just about all of the United States, regional wise. But depending on where you're at, it's definitely worth getting out there.
I'm a Floridian,
So this being
I
the last-
support Florida man memes. Sorry, Austin.
No, you're fine, dude. There's a bit of a delay, so I get it. But no, with this being the last stop for toughest, is this usually like a fairly bigger event with more obstacles than your standard toughest show?
Yes, I believe this is the only arena we go to that is roughly stadium sized. So you'll probably see a lot more obstacles than normal, and you'll probably see a much bigger air than normal. I mean, we already get big air as is, so you might be seeing a little more this weekend. So.
Yeah, man. Dude, actually, do you guys go to Florida? Now that I think about it, because if you're... No, I don't think Toughest Monster Truck Tour does go to Florida, do they? I think
Toughest
the
don't...
south I've ever seen them go is around Georgia.
No, I think the closest we go to Georgia or Florida is like roughly Louisiana area. So, yeah, we try to cover all of it.
Fair enough. So is it just Dirt Crew that's out of the trailer right now getting some service done, or you guys got boat trucks getting some service done right now?
Quads over in the other bay. We were fortunate enough to have Triple B Motorsports and James let us stop by and work on a few things, so we're grateful for that. And so got oil change and body fixing and load back up and head to Grand Forks probably Wednesday morning. So
there you go.
yes,
Hell yeah, man. What about you, Wayne? You got any more any questions for?
I don't know.
What just happened?
Wayne's gone.
I
Where'd
can't
I go?
see a thing.
I was gonna say it's just black.
Right now, I'm trying to get my thing going. Someone called me. Wait, let me join back.
Okay.
Florida man's trying to get his stuff.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
I think Wayne's gonna hop back on in a second. So
Yeah. So I know some people were asking in the beginning of the stream, where's Cooper? Cooper's actually in the middle of packing and moving into his new home, so that's why he is not on with us tonight. But I know he's in the comments. He's in the comments with us, probably using his data, but unfortunately he does not have a good enough internet connection to be able to actually join us tonight. So right now it's just the OGs, me, Harley, and Tweedy. So haven't been like that for a very long time. Ryan Lacrosse says Wayne is doomsday.
finally, the secret. Oh, Wayne is back. He's back.
All right.
There he is. And we lost the audio.
Oh, we lost the audio. What happened?
Here, while they're doing that, swap out with me.
Oh no.
Well, it's not a throttle out show without some, audio or, camera issues, right?
Do you mean to tell me we're having issues over
have we
here?
ever
No, we're not. No
You're
way.
back?
No,
When did you come
not
back?
us at all.
No, I'm.
Did you
I'm
just
definitely
shotgun
back.
your beer off screen back?
Listen, I'm back, but I also have another guest I'm going to bring on.
Another one.
A guest who has not been on our show before. A guest who I guess have at least a couple things in common with. I'll bring him over here.
Wayne's joining again.
I'm going to bring him on here, and Spence may recognize him right off the bat. I don't know. He might not. I don't know.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, it's Gas Cap!
What's up?
Dude, what's up?
There was so much
So
going
I'm
on.
going to let this guy talk for just a couple minutes, and I'll come back in. But Spence, I know you're really excited to see him.
I have to turn on my Nokia.
Dude! Gas
What's
Cap,
up?
it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. How's everything been going?
Oh, dude, it's been going great. Glad to see you're still hanging with DCT, dude. This is awesome.
Yeah. So far it's going really good. I've been working with them for probably 3 months now.
Enjoying it, though?
Yeah. It's fun working with Chandler and Jerry. And it's been a while since I've touched a monster truck, so I'm still learning how to get back into it.
So, for those that don't know, shortly after Tweedy left working, so his name is Austin as well. This is actually Austin Myers. So, There's more Austins on the stream than we typically should have. So, shortly after Tweedy left working for Todd LeDuc on the Monster Energy truck, Austin Myers came in and worked on Todd LeDuc's truck, kind of following as well. But would you like to, do you want me to tell the story, or would you like to tell the story on why your nickname is Gas Cap? Because
You tell it.
We're going to talk about it
tell it
regardless.
better than I can.
Uh-oh.
You can probably tell it better than I can.
So, I don't know what stadium or what arena or where we were at, but apparently during intermission before freestyle, Austin here went to go fill up Todd's truck with fuel before going out for a freestyle run. Todd goes out, hits a jump, and fuel just goes everywhere. Turns out somebody forgot to tighten the gas cap on the fuel cell of the truck, and Todd was done for the night. So ever since then, it's been gas cap. So
Yeah, disqualified him, and we were in first place for winning the whole thing. But thankfully, he still won at the end of the year. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, you'll have one of those little things that you forget, whether it's like, you forget to check one thing or another, forgot to tighten a bolt. It happens to the best of us. It's no big deal. Besides, I'm sure Todd was, not to mention the way I see it, yes, Todd got disqualified, but at the end of the night, you were able to drive that truck into the trailer and probably didn't have to do much for maintenance afterwards. So,
nope.
It is what it
was
is.
a good night.
Yeah, exactly. But going from Monster Jam to working the independent lifestyle, like how much of a change is that, going from the Monster Jam style of working in monster trucks to working with DCT Power Sports?
It's kind of hard because I don't know. I never really thought about it that way, but it's different because you're not following a huge company. Like there's less rules involved, but everybody's a lot closer because you only have one boss, Jerry, and then just one other coworker, which is Chandler. So it's easier to work together that way and know what everybody's thinking, and instead of having 80 other technicians in the shop at once.
That's true. We got Cooper comments even in our group chat saying, I've never left a cap off. We know, Coop, but you're also
my
not on the
gosh.
stream, so you can't be talking shit right now. You know what he did do? He forgot to put the right mag in his truck to get Tom back up for freestyle.
Oh,
I
now
think
you're
that's
really
lazy
gonna
crew
get
chief
him
material
worked up now.
But, well, he's not on, so I can talk shit. All he's gonna do
Oh
is just
my
type in the comment section. So, should have had Wi-Fi by now, Coop. So,
Yep.
it is what it is. But honestly, dude, it's awesome to see that you're back working with DCT Power Sports. It's awesome seeing that honestly, dude, seeing you in Saginaw, like, I was just so surprised, like, just running into you, seeing that you're back in this. Like, I'm super happy for you. And it seems like
thank you.
Chandler and all those guys are a good fit for you. So I'm super, super happy for you.
Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be good. We're learning how to work with each other, so.
Is Tweedy back? Did
You
he
guys
grab
are
another
missing out
beer?
on Miller's Ale
Yeah.
House. Let me
I
tell
think
you.
right
someone else rolling in.
with this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think Wayne's.
Yeah.
Cooper's trying to call
Thanks
me
for
right
having
now.
me
I
on
don't
the
know if
show. I
Look,
appreciate
Wayne's
it.
just eating his dinner.
Are you? Wayne,
I
what
told
are
you
you
you guys
doing?
What is
gotta stop
going
him.
on?
I was not kidding. This is my
So
true
Cooper's
mom
trying to
trick.
call me
Just
right
that
now. I don't
gravel.
know if I should answer this.
Dude, we're all getting people that call
Oh
me.
my God.
This guy, this is the reason my audio cut out right here. This guy called me 5 times.
Oh my god.
Don't be that
And
guy.
now-
Don't be that
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
pal.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me, you're not
Well,
that guy, pal.
You're not that
He's
guy,
the
pal.
soundboard. Wayne is our sound guy tonight. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Wayne. If you want, we can let you go and you can enjoy your dinner. And
Yeah, enjoy your dinner.
we'd love to have you come back sometime. Yeah, we want you to enjoy your dinner.
Yeah, I'd
Spend
love
some
to.
time with your family. Looking at the top of your head right now.
Oh, I know. I
Um,
just wanted to be do a little bit of memeing tonight. Hope you guys have a good show. And I'd love to come on again with Kermit or something, you know.
Absolutely. You know, we should probably look into doing like some kind of an influencer, like Monster Truck influencer episode where we get Monster Jam Lord Kermit to come back on. Oh, is that for me? Thank you, honey.
Austin
I
Spence.
got a Mountain Dew assistant.
Austin Spence,
Oh, yeah.
#1 influencer.
Austin Spence is number 1.
No. No.
Very good. I
Not
love
my
Austin
title.
Spence. He's #1 in my book.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll definitely be sure to talk to you later, man.
And don't forget, when in doubt, throw it out, baby. Have a good night, guys.
Hey, thanks, Wayne. Thanks for coming on, and I'll try to remember that the next time I go out there and try to hit a jump and let off in the middle of the year. I'll try to remember some RWIDTO.
Yeah, remember your own slogan that you made up.
Remember the own trademark slogan. Yeah, you're right. Now, I want to talk about something. Mike Rowley wanted me to bring this up. So, I guess a few weeks ago at the drive, his personal or his truck, okay, and this is a result of landing on the brakes, y'all. This is inner axle, and so he wanted me to bring this on air tonight and show everybody what this sumbitch looks like. So, there you go. I got all kinds of broken parts and pieces over here. So there you go, Mike Rowley. And something else I want to talk about is you break shit, right? Stuff happens. You got to have people who can replace stuff, who's good at fixing parts and pieces, but you also need a good fabricator. So we believe over here at Triple B Motorsports, so we found a good fabricator who's actually going to be piloting the Black and Pink Monster Patrol in the coming weeks. So for the first time ever on our show, everybody, I would like to welcome Miss Casey Kronschroeder, who got to go out on the road with me this past weekend, and she got to hang out, got the crew. This is her first show with Triple B anyways. We went out to Grand Junction, Colorado. She crewed for both the Boss Skater and Barely Tape, and I'm just going to let her talk for a few minutes. Y'all ask her some questions, grill her, and I'll hop back on here in a second. Casey, welcome.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't grill her. You know, I don't want to.
We'll go easy. We'll go easy.
Yeah.
Well, it's very nice to meet you,
Yeah,
Casey.
nice to
Welcome
meet you,
to
Casey.
our welcome to the shit show.
Yes.
Okay, yes, thank you for having me.
So kind of tell us a little about you. So we heard that you got into like rock buggies or rock crawling a little bit. Now you're jumping into monster trucks. So a little bit about your background with like off-roading and four-wheeling a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I got my start in off-roading basically by starting welding. I went to school for welding, for machining, worked in a fab shop for a while, built my rock buggy, and then I've just been taking that to events across the states, surrounding states, and just through my fabrication background, I got into Triple V Motorsports, and James gave me the opportunity to hop behind Monster Patrol. So we'll see where that takes me.
Now, you have a comment. I think we all know who it's from. Daddy Steve says you're the hardest working one on the team this weekend.
Yes, I got to meet, quote, Daddy Steve this weekend. While everybody was out signing autographs, he filled me in on all the monster truck backgrounds and drama and who I should and shouldn't talk to.
It's a lot, right?
Yes, and made it very clear that we cannot call Austin's bounce a save.
Yes.
I love that they gave you the who to and who not to talk to, and
Yeah.
yet here you are
Yes.
on our show. So somebody clearly didn't give you that memo. But oh, that's awesome. So have you had a chance to get behind? I'm assuming there's like a training field or somebody let you actually train a little bit behind the wheel of a monster truck. Like, have you gotten a feel for it? Like your first time driving?
I got to drive Pretty Wicked the end of last year, which is now the new USA One. And whenever I brought up practice, I just got told practice is going to happen at a show, and it's just practice in front of a lot of people. So I guess sink or swim.
I mean, fair enough, honestly. And we already talked to Tweedy. You saw that he already broke an inner outer axle shaft. So I mean, can't do it much worse than him, honestly. So I mean, he kind of set the bar low. So I think you'll be just fine there at Triple B. Just go easy on him in the racing lane. He's a little sensitive when he gets beat by a girl.
Oh yeah, we already let him have it about his foot. So maybe I'll give him a break there.
So, anybody in the comment section, anybody willing to, any questions about Monster Patrol? I know somebody made the comment about the black and pink Monster Patrol. They're super excited about it. Waiting for is there any idea when the debut for Monster Patrol may be happening? Is it relatively soon, or anything that you can kind of tell us on that?
We are thinking June for the Monster Patrol debut. It's going to be a tight deadline, but we're hoping to have that happen.
Awesome. Is there anything that you're really looking for, you're striving for in your driving career for Triple B Motorsports?
Nothing specifically. I'm just looking to have cool experiences, get into monster trucks. I've already had crewing this weekend was super fun. I got to ride with in the Troublemaker. They have 2 seats in their monster truck. That was awesome. So just experiencing everything to do with monster trucks and traveling. I've learned a lot already, and there's a lot more to learn.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to it. What James has got going on up there at Triple B Motorsports, a lot of great pieces of equipment, and seems like everybody there is already just like one big happy family, except for this Mike Rowley guy. He seems to be doing nothing but just talking trash, buddy, in this section out here, honestly. But
Casey.
And Harley, you got anything? I'm just kind of spitballing right now.
I mean, I heard Austin say something. I don't know if he was talking to you, Casey, or not.
Oh yeah, he just
I
wanted to
don't know.
mention
I
that
feel
I'll
like
be
he's
driving.
just grabbing a beer.
Oh, what are you driving?
He's wanted me to mention that I'll be driving Lone Wolf, which is Wolf's Head renamed in May until Monster Patrol is done in June.
That'll be awesome. That'll be really, really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And, honestly, best of luck to you in your driving career. We think you're going to do absolutely great. So thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us for a little bit. Hopefully we'll get a chance to sit down and talk with you soon.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for having me.
No problem.
I like how
Anyway.
Jeremy's like, oh, it's the Trentina show by now.
I know. We've got about 20 minutes before we got our left, and we barely covered anything else that happened outside of, Triple B Motorsports and Toughest.
Well,
So
Tweedy's
this
just
might
taking it
honestly turn
over
into an
up there.
hour and a half stream. So, yeah, Tweedy's like, I'm back. I'm taking it
Exactly.
over. This is my show.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having so much damn fun. I'm back in Monster Trucks full time. I want to show y'all my new team. And I'll okay. We'll do one more thing. I'll bring one more guest on.
Oh, another
2 more
guest.
minutes.
Oh my gosh.
2 more minutes with a guest. It's our last guest of the evening. I promise.
other
He's the
stuff
shop
to talk
foreman
about.
here at Triple B. He's been on before. I'm just having him fill in everybody, just kind of what's going on right now. 2 minutes tops, I promise, and then we can
Okay.
get on with the rest of the good shit. I promise. Ladies and gentlemen, for the
This guy.
second time on the show, Josh Baumgartner, or I think the third time now.
Hey!
Just kind of filling everybody, just what's going on behind the scenes. We got obviously some new identities that hit the road this past weekend. We got more coming within the next few weeks. Just kind of filling everybody what's going on.
Thanks for having me back on the show.
Hey, Josh.
So we've got a lot going on here at the shop. We've got 4 trucks out right now. So it was pretty nice to have Dirt Crew and Quad Chaos come in and be able to work on their trucks in here. But we've got 2 ride trucks that we're getting ready for the next couple weekends. We got to get Barely Tame and Gator, gone through, make sure all the little loose ends are done. I literally was just on the phone with Rodney, Cameron, and Logan, going over the parts that they just got in the mail today and what they're working on their trucks. We've got 2 more trucks coming. Nitro Menace and Jailbird will be coming in a few weeks. And then we'll also be looking at Lone Wolf coming into the shop hopefully in a couple weeks as well. So we're trying to get parts in here as fast as we can. We're trying to get everything worked on and done and ready to go. You know, for a lot of these quick turnarounds, we've got a lot of shows scheduled for these trucks. I just hope that I can keep getting parts in the door.
Well, it sounds like you guys need to. Well, I guess James, you guys need a CNC shop. Start making your own parts. Honestly, at this point,
we've had to do that already. So having Casey, myself, I've got a machining background as well. We've got equipment. I've had to run over to the race shop for the roundy round cars and work on, you know, all the input shafts and the transfer cases. And it's just clearancing, making stuff work with what we have. That's one of the neatest things, that the whole team will come together and get things done that we have to when we have shortages on parts.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was a little distracted by what was going on.
Just some light demolition work down in the background. Yeah. So there, I should have went that way. No.
Okay.
These guys, when we work this late, it's you know, it's not a lot of shenanigans, but definitely some fun ones.
oh my gosh, I need to get up to Minnesota. Honestly,
Yeah, Spence, what are you doing? We're all going up there.
When are you coming? Let me know. You've got an open invitation. I bet you I got a seat that'll fit you.
I mean,
That's
give
a
me a year.
big offer.
That's all. Give me a year.
A year?
That's all I need.
How about a month?
Gosh, I know. I would. I gotta finish out the season. I have to finish out the season before I could do anything. But trust me, my heart is in monster trucks. It's killing me that it's like I don't get a chance to go out there and be there with Tweedy and you guys and pick on Rowley, and it really does get me. But you know what?
Oh my gosh,
I'll
Spence.
get there.
Hold on. Look at James's comment.
What?
Spence, you suck. You had your opportunity.
Okay.
Spence, I will go in a little bit on this one as well. You're more than welcome. Any open weekend that you have, if you want to just come through the shop, look around, look through all the trucks, you're always welcome.
James, there's apparently a possible Kalamazoo, Michigan show coming up, and I believe I have that weekend off. I don't know what trucks are going to be there. I don't know who it is. I just know it's some trucks from Triple B, but I don't care who it is. I will be, because I would much rather thrash and work 16 hours straight without pay on monster trucks than 5 hours at a drag strip. But
we'll definitely make that happen if that works.
Oh my gosh. Are you seeing this guy?
James is just ripping on me.
He is.
He's just ripping on me. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, apparently Bossman is letting me. But yeah, I will actually be somewhere in Minnesota sometime in the summer. So hopefully if somebody around the shop is available, I'd like to take a tour. But yeah, so speaking of, so everybody is talking about the other trucks at Triple B. What about Mechanical Mischief? When's the next time we're going to see Mechanical Mischief in competition?
So right now, our next show, we were supposed to go to Georgia. Unfortunately, that show got canceled. But our next show with Mechanical Mischief will be at Granite City Raceway for James's show. I'm excited. I'll also have the Jet running that weekend as well. So it's going to be an awesome lineup. We've got 7 monster trucks and the Jet, 2-night show. It is going to be epic.
The Jet, like, are you talking like a jet car or like a jet, like?
So
what do you mean the Jet?
you don't know that much about me yet, but I have purchased 4 Jet cars about a year ago, and I have you remember Doug Rose and the Green Mamba?
Yeah.
Okay, I have the exact same engine that he has in a 46 Chevy truck that will go out and do a car burn, and we will chain a car to the back of the jet and burn it to the ground.
That is sick. That is freaking awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. I want to see that. So in Granite City, when is that show? In June?
Oh, second weekend in May. It's a Friday, Saturday. Hang on one second, and I will tell you the exact dates. It will be the 13th and 14th.
The only race I have all of May is exactly those days.
Tell them to reschedule.
It's all right. Well, yeah. NHRA isn't that lenient. But no, we'll definitely get together and work out something with the schedules, and I'll definitely plan to come out and help out with Triple B Motorsports, or really anybody. Honestly, Monster Trucks takes up all of my free time, whether it's on the computer, RC stuff, or going out and helping anybody out. That is literally my hobby. My free time is everything with Monster Trucks.
Yes,
So,
it's
speaking
one
of
of those
everybody
things
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's one of those things that, like, having different perspectives and have different people from different backgrounds that we have here is what's bringing this team together. Having, Dirt Crew and Quad Chaos come in here, and, we look at their trucks and we kind of go, hey, I didn't know that you guys did it that way. And then they look at our trucks and, hey, that's pretty freaking cool. I'm going to use that the next time I have to fix something. It's only making both of our teams stronger, and it's really fun. People like yourself coming in, helping out, giving their knowledge. We're getting knowledge as well. This family that we have is pretty awesome.
That's awesome to hear. So I feel like we've talked to literally everybody from Triple B Motorsports, from the owner, you, the shop foreman, all the drivers. The only person that has yet to show his face on this show, but yet will show up in the comment sections every time. I see him right now.
Yep.
It's Mike Rowley.
Well, I'll put something out there on Mike Rowley. The more and more we peel back with Mike, we're getting to know him, all of those things. Mm-hmm. I think if I work with Austin, we'll get him in here one night for sure, very soon.
I think all you need to do really is just dangle like a pack of Monster Energies in front of his head, and maybe he'll do it. I know that was like his kryptonite back working at Feld, is he loves his Monster Energy. So I feel like if we could just bribe him a little bit with some monsters or something, we can possibly get him on the show.
Yeah, we can't. Mike Rowley's a very integral part of our team, but also Derek Kraft is one that works side by side with me. He's definitely one that we'll have to get on here. He's got a really big derby background, some of his fabricating and skills leading with the crew as well. So we definitely, not only with Mike, but we also got Derek as well.
That is awesome. It's funny that you say that they got a Demolition Derby background, because someone else that's there that I didn't know this until I actually meet him in person. Chandler, I swear to God.
I thought it was coming, but you never know when these guys just pull one out of the hat.
Well, that's who I was gonna say. That's how Chandler got his start way back when. He started in Demolition Derbies before moving up to Monster Trucks. I was gonna sit here and build a little bit. Here he is, blowing my eardrums out again. Jeez.
Yeah, and you're going through the mic. I'm sitting right next to it. Give me a break. You hear it through your ears. I feel it in my chest.
Oh, man. Well, honestly, man, we're really looking forward to seeing everything from Triple B. I mean, everyone seems to get along so well up there. To be honest, with Tweedy bringing on all the guests on, I am surprised that it wasn't someone else with the last name Tweedy that came on as a guest up there in Triple B. So hats off for that, I guess.
They're
Harley,
all
you
out
got
on the
anything?
road right now, so they'll be on here at some point, I guess. Now, I know we got a lot of cool monster truck stuff to talk about, so let's get down to it. Spence, I know you're chomping at the bit. What do you want to get started with, baby?
Well, we're definitely going over tonight. We're just gonna put that in right now. We got like 9 minutes before the hour
my
mark, so
gosh.
we're going over. This isn't gonna be like a standard stream because Tweedy decided to take over for
I
an
know.
entire
I didn't
hour.
know this was going to happen where all of these guests were going to come on. I would not have planned for a bunch of stuff to talk about. So thanks.
Yeah, no kidding. So
Cheers to
sorry
that.
about that. So we're going to. Do we want to start with the Monster Jam stuff? We'll start with that. We'll start with the meat and potatoes before we get into the dessert aspect of everything, which I know is kind of the main topic of tonight's discussion.
Go with Monster Jam first. Get it out of the way.
So I don't really know every single show that was going on this weekend. However, I looked at the points, and Cooper will be happy to hear this. Tom Mintz is further ahead in points than Todd LeDuc and Adam Anderson.
But are we going to talk about our fantasy
So-
points, though?
Yes, we are. I need to know. What are they?
Spence, you don't want to know yours?
Can we skip that? Can we skip that? Is that something we can
I
do?
know Coop really wants to know. So, in first is myself.
Ah,
I still have that number 1, and I'm going to keep it for the rest of the season. In second, behind me by 22 points, is Tweedy.
yes, I'm moving up. Let's go.
So you moved back up to second, and that unfortunately means that Coop is in third. He is behind 47 points. And
Nice.
Spence, I'm not even going to say how many points you're behind. You're almost 600 points behind, so I'm sorry.
I love that this whole concept for this fantasy team was my idea from the get-go, and I am in dead.
And I
Ring
feel
it,
like,
yes,
I feel like
hand
when
it
we were
to you,
doing-
old son.
When we were doing the draft, you had a lot of like first picks for your teams. Am I wrong?
No,
So-
you're absolutely right. I had a lot of big picks. I
Yeah.
chose Tristan England. I chose good drivers. But I chose
listen. You put your foot in your mouth, big guy,
Yeah.
because not only did you do that, I offered to trade you, and you refused. So
Yeah, we never
that's
did
your
a
own damn
trade.
fault.
We never did our trade.
We
It's
never
already
did a trade.
it's past the point of trading now because the season's almost over. But
Almost over with.
yeah,
No. But honestly, I think for next year, I think what we should do, not only should we do, like we'll reconfigure this whole fantasy team thing, but I think because the toughest Monster Truck Tour runs in line kind of with the Monster Jam Tour, I feel like we should also include the toughest Monster Truck Tour as well with their point standings in our fantasy draft as well.
Okay.
Just as an
Okay.
idea.
okay.
I see where you're at. However, let's get down to the highlights. What are some highlights from this past week? By the way, y'all like my new microphone? I'm liking this.
My gosh.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So we've got Philadelphia, Syracuse, and
Yeah.
Macon was this weekend.
I did not get anything.
So
from
where are we
Macon.
starting?
I did not get anything from Macon, Georgia. I believe it was basically Weston Anderson that like won everything that weekend. So
Well, start playing some highlights while I drink all of James' beer over here.
okay.
Jeez.
Here is a few highlights from the Philadelphia show. You had Mark List win racing, Tom Mentz won skills, Bryce Kinney won freestyle, and Todd LeDuc walked away with the overall. So
You're damn right he did.
that's probably what got Tweedy up to second from third. So you can thank Todd for that.
Me and my
Holy
boy
rebound.
Gas
Oh
Cap
my
over here are
gosh.
pumped about Todd's performance this past weekend. That truck went straight to Rebound City, didn't it?
And it lost it looked like it lost 2/3. But look at this. Double backflip for Mohawk Warrior Bryce Kenny. It's about time that Bryce has actually been able to do something.
No,
all
he won
season.
freestyle,
He's
didn't he?
consistent.
Yeah, he won freestyle. Yes.
Yeah, he finally won something. It's about time.
Oh my goodness!
That's all I'm
Whoa!
saying.
Oh my word!
Yeah, and then there's this. Almost into Nick Pagliarulo's Kraken, but I mean nothing else
There's my
there.
boy.
However, yeah, he's doing all right. Body's
He's
still
doing
so
all
intact.
right. He
Now,
only won overall. He's doing all right. Shut your mouth. You're in last place, Team PP. You're in last place.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and Todd LeDuc is in third. Adam is in second place, and Tom is
Yeah.
in first. So
Yeah,
your
Todd's in
boy
third.
is still below my boy.
Do we? I guess we don't have an update on their points though.
I don't
how close
know.
that is.
I don't know their exact points, but it is Tom, Adam,
Hold on.
and Todd.
I'll look it up
Monster
as we're
Jam
chatting. if you
did
don't.
recently just Monster Jam recently did just post it, so it is fresh up there on the social medias. So,
Do you have it?
Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I got it right here. So if we're talking
Okay.
about, this would be Stadium Series Red. Tom Mintz with 416 points, Adam Anderson with 395, and Todd LeDuc with 392.
Oh,
So you're close to
shoot.
the second place. You are close to the second place spot, but Tom Mintz is really pulling away with points right now. So unless,
Tom's
'cause
hot.
I don't know how many events are left in Stadium Series Red
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
not
remainder
sure
of the
either.
season. But unless Tom gets in his head and really starts mucking up, I don't know if Adam or Todd's going to be able to pull away.
No, I'm totally with you, man. Tom would really have to miss a few elements in order to go downhill in points. And speaking of points, we're talking about fantasy points. I got to read this one comment over here that's cracking me the hell up from John B. Talking about our fantasy points. Spence may have stuck his foot in his mouth, but at least he didn't stab it with a brake pedal and cry about it. Hey, you shut up, John B. Get out of here!
Best
That's a
comment
good
of the
one.
night. I love you.
That's a good one.
Whoever said that. That is going to be a new shirt design. Where is
You're
that
banned.
comment? I am
Banned
copying
from the
it
street.
and putting
That's
it
going on
a
our new shirt. Our new shirt when we launch, new designs. Yep.
No.
Which
More
is
highlights.
actually
Get
relatively
some more
soon. We'll talk
highlights.
about that.
We're moving
very
on.
soon.
Okay.
We're
I
on
guess
to more
moving-
So
highlights.
Syracuse was interesting.
Yes, moving on to
Syracuse was
Syracuse.
interesting.
It was interesting.
So apparently there was some interesting things that actually happened over there with Team Throttle Monster, and it sounded like Mike Christensen actually dislocated his shoulder. I don't know if it was from the show. I don't know what happened to where he somehow got injured, but it looked like Chris
Kohler.
Yeah, Chris Kohler had to fill it. Chris Kohler got behind the wheel of Vendetta, and in Chris Kohler fashion, he rolled it pretty good. But honestly, this was, out of the two stadium shows, this was the most impressive. Even though Ryan Anderson has already won the Point Series championship and has already won, this show of the two was the best. Now, Paul Jensen, on the other hand, regardless of championship, showing Ryan Anderson what's up and landing on this truck. But this right here, this is Chris Kohler behind the wheel of Vendetta, and you hate to see it. Nobody likes fiberglass damage. And yeah, there's the Team Scream driver I was stuck with. But oh my gosh,
Holy
Kayla.
crap.
Whew, that was a bad bounce there. Good
Man,
Lord.
they got a good show.
Out of the two, oh yeah,
This
out
was
of the two
definitely the
shows that
show
you had to
be
be at for Monster,
Yeah.
absolutely. Out of the two shows to go to, this was definitely to be at. I mean, Ryan obviously being Ryan.
Joe,
and
did y'all
just
see him on
literally
the edge
wanting
of
to
the
drive this
fucking
thing.
backflip ramp whenever
Yeah.
he did that? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprised we threw an F-bomb in there, but good on you, Tweedy.
You got to do it every once in a while.
I know.
Okay.
Usually get yelled at after the show, but it's
Yeah.
all right. But this guy, I'm sorry. This guy, I'm putting this out there right now. I don't know if it's going to be racing. I don't know if it's going to be freestyle. But Tyler Meniga, first of all, world's greatest backwards driver, Mater who. And Tyler Meninga in the World Finals will come out with a championship. I'm calling it right now. Tyler Meninga. Cooper's probably yelling at me right now because I'm saying his last name wrong.
I think
Tyler
everyone
will
says his
come
last
out
name
from the World
differently.
Finals. I really do. I'm sure it's Meninga. I know I'm really close to saying
I
something I,
don't
shouldn't
think
be
it's
saying.
Meninja.
I'm not trying to. Yeah, my ninja. What up, my ninja? Anyway, but yeah, I really think Tyler Meninga will come out with a stadium or a World Finals championship after Orlando for sure.
That's a bold
He's been
prediction,
dominant
Cotton.
all
We'll see how it works out for you. Okay, I'm just gonna go
I
ahead and
really
throw
do.
it all out there that you got my boy, obviously Todd LeDuc, who is just chomping at the bit. He's gonna be getting some World Finals victories this year. He's going for it. So that's my prediction for World Finals. I know, surprise, surprise, right? Todd's gonna win everything.
Oh.
I don't know, because here's the weird thing, because I'm really excited to see what the freestyle layout for Orlando is going to be, because they don't have that big dip. Because as much
Yeah.
okay, Tweedy, I'm not going to deny Todd is a great driver, but I swear it's like every other week we see that leap he did at Orlando, the other at World Finals 20. We always see that freaking video in Monster Energy, the giant leap, whether it's the memes or whatever. It's always getting shared around. He's not going to be able to do that come World Finals 21 because you're not going to have that downward slope. I don't want to say it's going to be not as expected. It's not going to be as entertaining. I feel like the main source of entertainment at World Finals 21, this is just me, I think racing is going to be more interesting than the freestyle. Because I don't think freestyle is going to be as big as World Finals 20 was.
Look, you're not wrong, okay? Like, I know what you mean. You see the big jump or whatever. But, I mean, you also got to give credit to some guys who have rinsed for him before and done a really good job. Some guys who are rinsing for him right now doing a really good job. And, I already mentioned the guys who've rinsed for him in the past. Ain't that right, Gas Cap? He's had some good crew guys in the past, hasn't he? Wherever he's at. He's around here.
Who is
he's
sitting
around here
in
somewhere.
the truck right now?
Chandler.
Is that Chandler?
I'm moving my headphones.
No.
Hold on.
Is that Josh?
Yeah, no.
Josh is just
wait,
sitting
where's that
in the
Josh?
truck.
I thought Gas Cap was back there. He's not back there.
But yeah, I think overall World Finals is going to be fun. I think we're going to definitely do a prediction on that. However, I really hate the fact that I have to order this belt for a fantasy team or a fantasy draft, and it's not going to me.
It's going to me. Yeah, you're ordering it
It's
for
going
me.
to one of you two. I don't think I love Coop. I love Cooper. I hate that he's not with us right now, but I don't think Cooper is going to come out on top unless there's some random. Like the only person I know of that's on his team is Brandon Vincent and Tom Mintz. So there's only two I really knew and care about. Well, that and no wait, he doesn't have Corey Rummel. The Tweedy does.
Yeah.
So unless by some miracle his other drivers are able to really pull their own weight, I don't think Cooper's got this. So it's definitely going to be between you two, the whole shots and the leapers.
Yeah, and I continue every week. I give Harley extra credit for picking her team. I mean, she started out in dead last this season, and look how she's made the comeback.
All the way up to number one. Then I'm gonna win.
Look, I know. Look, Daddy Steve, I'm reading the comments right now. I've been reading them all night. I'm keeping up with everybody over here. Shout out, Daddy Steve. Now, what else we got with highlights?
I have.
So, does that cover everything from Monster Jam?
Yeah, that's all I have for Monster Jam.
Or do we have something else?
No, that's all we got.
All right, now there was something else that happened in the arenas. We don't have anything as far as from this show. However, you'll be happy to know this, Tweedy. Too Tall managed to win a two-wheel skills challenge out there in one of the arenas.
Hell yes.
Scoring. So here's the weird thing about this, because I'm going to read off the scores. I don't know what show this was, but reading off the scores, he
this is
won
what you
with
sent
an
us in the group chat. Okay.
8.925. Yeah, so he won with an 8.925, and then as you go, it's like top three were around an 8, so El Toro looked with 8.2, Gravedigger with 8.08, Whiplash with a 7.13, and then Dragon with a 4, and Rockwell Red with a 1 flat.
How is that
So
possible?
my question is that's exactly what I want to bring up. How is it that you could get a 1 flat on Judges Zone? Unless it's just way too... It's just either A, they just threw a number in there because they didn't do good, or their system wasn't working. Their state-of-the-art fan judging system that is incredibly accurate. But no, I regardless, happy for Too Tall for coming out on top and winning a two-wheel skills competition, but we don't know who was overall whatever that weekend. But I just know Too Tall needs to be in stadiums, to be honest.
No, I'm proud of Too Tall. He's
He's
really stepped it up this year to be as close as he has been in points against both, what's his name, Brandon Vincent and Tristan England. I mean, both Too Tall and Travis Mallory really stepped up their game this year.
Absolutely. Dawson Reyes saying Too Tall is overrated. Oh,
Them's fighting words around here, old son. You don't talk about my Too Tall like that, son of a bitch.
Oh my gosh.
oh my
How many beers have you had to drink?
1.5.
Why are you so fired up right now? Where is this?
I'm just having a good time. I'm happy to be back at Monster Trucks full time again. Got some friends here in the shop. I'm having some fun. Now, don't we have more highlights, though?
Man.
Yes,
Yeah,
a
we
few,
do.
A
There
few
was a-
highlights from Toughest Tour I have on here.
That's right. We do got to go over Toughest Tour. That was quite a show. Not to mention,
Oh, my goodness. There's the piece.
There it is. I think that truck would look a lot better with a certain flag flying on the back, but that's just me.
Yeah.
You done said it. You done said it.
I believe Brandon Budd has been knocked down from first to second. Actually,
He is.
If I remember
Yes.
correctly.
Dalton Widener, am I saying his name right? Is in
Yes.
first place, and they have one more event. One more event, and the season's over.
So I want to talk about that event coming up here. It's going to be in Grand Forks, North Dakota. The team here with DCT Power Sports are going to be headed out probably Wednesday, maybe Thursday, headed up there. And then yours truly is going to be headed up there this weekend and is going to be a judge for the freestyle competition. Can you believe it?
Oh, my gosh. How did you become a judge?
That is official as of today. Breaking news as of right now. Y'all are hearing it for the first time here. There's truly be a judge. So I don't know. Maybe if these guys from DCT, if they slide over, a couple more brewskis my way, take care of me, maybe they'll get some extra points on their scorecard. I don't know. Okay, we'll have to see how this weekend plays out.
Gosh.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you. Oh, look at that. No, that's fine. Thank you. How's that work? Yeah. There we go.
I guess we
You
know
saw
who's
it here
winning.
for his bribery
who's winning
works
this
on the
weekend.
Throttle Out show.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it's going to be an awesome
goodness.
venue. I know that Chandler was talking about it a little bit before, but it's basically stadium-sized floor up there in Grand Forks. I'll probably head up there Friday, but y'all, this is an exciting points battle. I was just hearing a little bit about it. I mean, the stakes are high. Very little. There's no room for error at this point. I mean, if you're not winning, you're going to be second place. Okay, between Brandon Budd and Bigfoot, or whatever you call it, Buckfoot. And then you got Dalton Widener in the Jurassic Attack.
Hold on, you have another good comment from John B again.
Oh man, well, here we go.
Let's see. Judging because you're on the injured reserve list.
Who is John B? Who are you? Never even heard of this guy.
I love this guy.
Can we-
I love these comments.
I do too. Can we send him some like a shirt or something?
No, we cannot send him a shirt. We're banning him from the stream.
No, we are not.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. And then you got Dawson Reyes. Austin is just upset that the Moose let loose on him this past weekend. Hey, not gonna lie, I do not enjoy losing, especially in racing.
He said your dad knows me. So
John
your
B.
dad knows me. But your dad knows everybody, so I don't know.
That's true.
John-
That's very true.
John B. I don't know today, but they didn't ask you to bring Gator, but to be a judge. Comment section is on fire tonight. Holy Toledo.
Listen, you got to be nice to Dawson because We literally had his brother on the last stream, Tyler Reyes, that makes all those awesome TikTok videos of the monster truck industry. So, gotta be nice. Just saying, the Reyes brothers are awesome. We like those guys.
Now, is that all our highlights for the night, or we got one more big show to talk about?
I know Spence
This
wants to talk about, a big event that happened over the weekend, so I'll let Spence talk about it. And I do have some clips of that from this weekend, so...
As we should. So we talk about the history of this industry and where it came from, and we like to bash on some of the Monster Jam super fans because that's a lot of the times it's like that's all they know is Monster Jam, and they don't really understand the whole history behind the monster truck industry. Well, you want to talk about the biggest throwback event that has ever happened in the history of monster trucks. What happened in Raleigh, North Carolina was huge for the monster truck industry. I mean, we're talking Army Armstrong and Scott Douglas were both calling the show at a fairground show that they haven't done together in about, I think Scott said about 20, 30 years they haven't done a show together in that long. And you had old school identities coming back on modern trucks. I mean, you had Nightlife 2, you had Equalizer, you had I'm sorry, somebody I look up to as like the best trash talker in all of Monster Trucks, Mike Wine, hopping behind the wheel of Outlaw, and amongst so many others. You got to see so many legends just show up out of the blue. Just to give you an idea, like how big of an event this was, the truck that was Thunder Chicken was unnamed and untamed. That truck came all the way out from California for this event. It was massive and super cool to see happen. I mean, shout out to all the teams that like jump behind, like seeing that how historical of an event this was, to offer up their trucks for them to be ran by the old names. But to me, I think the best part of this entire weekend was seeing Heidi Moore come out in the tribute to her late husband, John Moore, in No Problem, that was sitting on a Vaughters chassis. I guarantee you there was not a single dry eye in the crowd seeing that truck come out. Mm-hmm. You know, with John Moore recently being inducted into the Monster Truck Hall of Fame and his wife coming out on a modern version of No Problem. I mean, this event is one that will be talked about for years. I mean, you want to talk about making history. This was a historical event. Gary Porter and Carolina Crusher coming out and tearing it down. I called it when we were making predictions. I said it was going to be Gary Porter, Mike Wine all the way. Equalizer came out and took the trophy in racing, and it was an amazing show full of nothing but nonstop action. I mean, I feel bad because this is an event I couldn't make it to. This event, by far, one of the best that has ever happened this year, and I'm saying that above Monster Jam like caliber events. I mean, the stands were packed.
Someone
There's
even
Monster
commented
Trucks
and
everywhere.
said this event blew out, World Finals. So
I would have to agree, and honestly, that's something that a lot of people need to look at and see that this is one of those events where it's like the history of this sport goes a long way, and this was so that tribute truck that you just saw was actually Terry Woodcock's Cyclops.
Wait, pause.
Go ahead.
You see this guy in the blue shirt right here?
Yeah, who is that?
That's Jeremy Parsons, who is on our show every week.
Shout out Jeremy Parsons.
And he's wearing a Throttle Out shirt. That's the blue.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
The blue one. Yeah.
So believe it or not, at this event, which was one of the coolest messages I ever got, one of my good friends, John Costin, Indie Monsters, who also comes on the show sometimes, he messaged me and he's like, dude, there are so many people out here rocking Throttle Out gear. It is absolutely insane. So there was quite a few people that were in Throttle Out hats, Throttle Out shirts, Throttle Out merch. Just the fact that you guys went to this event and out of all the shirts, like they had a bunch of awesome gear. Like I hope to God John actually got me something from this event because I wanted to go so bad, but it's Easter weekend and I couldn't take time away from my family since I'm on the road as it is. But this event is just bar none one of the absolute best. It's hard to say that this is a one and done. It really is, because this was such an important event for the industry of monster trucks, and it went over extremely well. The funny thing is, we're talking about the Reyes brothers. If you look back at this season, the person who won the 1990 season was Bigfoot. And you look at Tyler Reyes's, you look at his TikTok that he posted. It's like, hey, we're doing this unfinished business throwback. It's like, what are you gonna come out and check us out? And it's like Team Bigfoot, like, nah, we ain't coming out or whatever. And it's kind of funny because Bigfoot actually won the season, and they talk about the season prior where I think it was number 8 that got banned from the TNT because it was so far ahead of the curve. It was so far ahead as far as technology and everything goes. And everybody was like 2 or 3 years behind. But I mean, seeing these old names with the old drivers climbing back in these trucks, I mean, this event, honestly, it'd be super cool to see another one like this. I know that's pushing it, but this event was just absolutely awesome. It was phenomenal. Props to everybody that was there, from the announcers, the crew guys, the technicians, the people that put the track together, the venue, Michael Harper, Monster Truck Wars, everybody there. This event was bar none one of the best that has happened in a long time in the sport of monster trucks.
I mean, it's got the monster truck community absolutely on fire right now. And you got people saying that this is going to blow World Finals out of the water. I mean, imagine, like you said, there's going to be more of this to come. I mean, I think they're not done over there. Okay, unfinished business. Okay, we'll call it part 2 or whatever. I mean, this is going to be happening again, I believe, next year. I don't know that.
Dude,
Nobody's
really
told me
hope so.
that. I'm just saying I think this is going to happen again.
Well, there's some people that are like, oh man, they should have had Bigfoot. I mean, they had Rob Litzow of USA One was there. He was the grand marshal for this event. So I mean, that for those that don't know, that was the very first monster truck champion in the sport of monster trucks, and he piloted USA One. So I mean, this was a big event for the industry. So the only place I could really think of that would do anything similar to this would be if they were to do something at the Monster Truck Hall of Fame, where they kind of do the old school truck crushes, the exhibition modern trucks, and so on and so forth. However, if you want something kind of similar to what you saw recently with TNT Unfinished Business, Joe Sylvester with his event that's coming up, you've got Predator, you got USA One, Barefoot, and I believe there may be a couple other trucks. I'm not 100% sure that he's going to try to get out there, but those three alone are historic names coming to Canfield, Ohio. However, just seeing old school names, old school bodies, the fact that the Botters camp jumped on it immediately was like, hell yeah, we'll come out and rock the old school names. I mean, I believe Overkill, Overkill was the No Problem chassis, or the No Problem truck, and I believe they had Nightlife running the Iron Warrior chassis as well. So it's super cool that these teams are like, you know what, this is big for the industry, this is big for like the history of the sport, and they offer up their trucks to run in this event. I mean, super freaking cool of them. So I really do hope that more comes from this, more tours or more people, or if Harper just partners with the Hall of Fame or something to where we can have more like this. I, for one, would love to see an event like this held at like Freedom Hall. If they were to do another arena show, like the old school days, that would be something awesome to see.
No, Freedom Hall would be a perfect venue for that. I mean, it's kind of fortunate because I think Monster Jam probably has that place on lockdown right now, the way their contracts work. You know what I mean? But that would be a perfect venue for an old school matchup like that. You're definitely right.
Absolutely. So I mean, I don't know. Like, what would you guys like to see if they were to do an Unfinished Business 2.0, whether it was a TNT days or they did a Penda style or something along those lines where you had that era of monster trucks. I mean, could you imagine if Bigfoot brought back Wildfoot for like a Penda era show?
I mean, Spence, you're pouring out a lot of good ideas right now, and right now I'm looking at two trucks that competed in the Penda series.
I mean, I'm just saying.
And there's two more as well in the shops. So
I feel like Triple B Motorsports has got like over half of the roster that we could have if we wanted to do a Penda throwback truck. So let's go. Let's do it.
Y'all, we've been at this for almost, an hour and a half tonight? I mean, my word. What a
you
show!
Still haven't finished your beer.
Yeah, well, I've got an extra over here thanks to DCT Power Sports. We get some extra brownie points this weekend. But what an awesome show. Thank y'all for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun. And what a weekend for monster trucks, y'all. And it ain't stopping. You know, first quarter is obviously going to be wrapping up the toughest tour. You know, they're going to be done this weekend. Monster Jam Stadium Tour is going to be done relatively soon. World Finals is going to be happening within the next month. You know, then all the summer show kicks off. You know, you got the Monster Truck Throwdown. There we go. We are upon the eve of Monster Truck Throwdown, and I just realized that Josh Baumgartner is looking at me back here. Okay, this is kind of weird. But well, I mean, we are in the prime of Monster Truck seasoning. Cool stuff. Cool things are happening. What a weekend. We got anything else to talk about before we close out of here, y'all?
No, I think that's it.
James, just right before we end the show, James, like, we need good guys. Where are you at, Spence?
Yeah, okay, so do you listen,
right
do you
here.
realize that today is my actual first day at the shop here at Triple B, and my boss has talked so much shit today. Oh my gosh. Look at all these comments from my boss in here. Lighting my ass up. James, I'm giving you my 2 weeks right here on the stream.
No, you're not. You are staying there. You are staying there, damn it.
Hey, maybe next time, maybe in the next stream, I'll get to show y'all our rigs and stuff like that. We'll work up something cool. But seriously, y'all, thanks for tuning in tonight, and thank you for those of y'all who go to our merch store and support us. Really appreciate it. It helps us carry this dream, keeps us going. If you haven't already, go like the Triple B Motorsport or be a follower on our Triple B Motorsports Instagram account. Just started that last week. We'll be putting some more good content on there, as well as we'll be starting up a YouTube channel here relatively soon. Go check out the Frosty Boys High Octane Coffee. Thanks for tuning in, and maybe next time. What?
Hold on. So,
What?
speaking of our merch, before we close out the stream, we are doing a spring cleaning sale on our website. So, come the very end of this month is the last you'll see certain designs on our website. So when they're gone, and they're at, I believe, 20% off. Harley, is that right?
Yes. Yeah, if you just go to the spring cleaning sale page, you'll get an extra. Hold on, I'm being totally distracted. I'm muting Tweedy. If you go to our spring cleaning sale page, you could just get 20% off anything on that page, and when you put it in your cart, it just automatically takes that out, so you don't have to put in a code or anything.
And the reason why we're doing that is because we are literally making room for new and stuff. We got new art coming, we got new merchandise, even new items that are going to be coming to our store. And honestly, we couldn't have done this without you guys. I mean, we started off as small. The whole idea of doing this merchandise and having a store was just kind of a pipe dream. And the fact that it's done well and going to such a big event and seeing people wearing our shirts, seriously,
I know, that's
the amount
crazy.
of support that you guys have given the show is super awesome. And it means the absolute world to us, because that's just an idea we had, and now it's blown up to this community that we just love the sport of monster trucks, and we love to talk trash, and we love to call it as it is. Whether it's Monster Jam, Fairground Shows, Monster X, Toughest, Throwdown, whatever, we love it all. And we couldn't have done it without every single one of you that tunes into every single one of our shows on Mondays and Thursdays. So seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you guys so much, and we really hope going into the next month, you guys are really going to like what we got coming to the store.
Okay, Tweedy, you may finish now.
Okay. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Remember, when in doubt.
Oh my gosh.
Throttle out. Good night.